Barry Champlain. Barry Champlain. Everyone wants to talk about Barry. What do you want to know? Oh, I could have put anyone on the show that I wanted to. Barry has he's got that certain gruffness, that common voice, that the public wants to hear. He has a way of getting people riled up, taking the calls. He'll argue with people. People like to talk. I'll give Barry that. People like to talk to Barry.
What can I say about Barry Champlain? He is a wild man. He's crazy. And you know what? The world needs a guy like Barry. I listen to his show all the way home after my show. And I gotta tell you, sometimes he says things that need to be said. And that's just the way it is with Barry.
Like working with my grandmother. She'll tell you like it is. That's grandma for you.
I think that there's a lot of ratings because of some of the sensationalism that he creates. I think it's really fun and energetic.
He's honest, which you don't find in men. And Barry doesn't have limits.
He did a show naked, and if the audience could have only seen that, it was terrifying actually. But we stuck in there with him. He did the show naked. I think he inspired people to get naked all over Cleveland for about a week straight.
It's fun. It's unnerving at times, because when Dan walks in and Dan doesn't know, things can get very uncomfortable.
There was this one situation where he left naked from the show. So often I come in and I'm thrown off quite a bit by the different things that he just he's very unpredictable.
That has to be when he brought the goat in and he was doing the coke in the room over there with the goat. I don't know, it sounds crazy, right? Almost sounds like I'm making it up, but it really happened.
It's fun, can be fun. He drinks a lot, so that's really fun to watch. But the callers are different.
Oh, it's definitely my favorite part of my shift usually. I do a couple shows here and there, but Barry's definitely my favorite. A lot of energy, he's like real responsive, and just the topics he talks about, the stuff he gets into is top grade.
Stu has known Barry a lot longer than I have, so I find it pretty amusing, their sort of chemistry, I guess, because I personally think Stu's infatuated with Barry, but who isn't?
Oh yeah, well I met Barry Champlain in 1972 in Akron. He was such a wild man. Showed up out of nowhere. Nobody knew who he was. But man, could he tell a story. Got on a show, got everybody riled up, had people calling in. I'd never seen anything like it. It was something else.
When I found Barry in this smaller market down in Akron, he had something. He had something that I could use. He fits. I brought him up here, and it's working out pretty well. But the show as a whole, I think the show as a whole works because of the team that I've put together, which Barry is a part of.
I'll tell you another thing about Barry Champlain. He has brought ratings back to this station. We were dead. We were dead in the water. And I'll tell you something. He revived this station. We all have jobs because of Barry Champlain.
Well, Barry's popular with the people because he says all the things they want to say, and they can't say it. He yells at the boss. He barks orders. He comes into work drunk. He tells people they're idiots over the radio. Who doesn't want to call people an idiot to their face every 5 minutes on Earth? right? He can do it. That's what Barry Champlain can do.
People need someone to put their pain on. Every one of us is hurting. We just need someone to listen. And Barry listened to a fault, because it sounds like he's in pain too. But he's there for you.
And people just love that. They love the fact that he gets angry and hangs up on people. They love the fact that he criticizes certain people. They just love him.
I think that people really like the drama of how he reacts and the statements that he says. They're unorthodox, they're out there, they're not what you hear out in life, so I think it just makes it feel like a movie to them.
The show is successful. The show that I put together that Barry's a part of.
Barry must have slept with Dan's wife or something, and that's not to talk bad about Barry, but Dan seems to resent him in some weird way, but yet Barry, frankly, is why Dan's doing so well. I shouldn't have said that.
They have always had friction, let's say. Definitely some headbutting going on. Barry has this vision and this idea for his show and what it's going to be, and Dan's always trying to like steer him here and there and give him little nudges, and Barry doesn't do nudges.
Yes. I have to keep a constant vigil over the show to make sure there's other people involved. You know, Barry can go a certain limit, but Barry has to have limits. I mean, you can't just let these people run wild over a show. We have advertisers, we have responsibility to people. There's many employees. There's people that run the show. Barry's not always here, so Barry pushes it to the edge. I let him go to the edge. I'll let him take it as far as I know we can go, and then I'll get him to back off. So it's part of the excitement. It's part of the reason that I'm good at what I do, and I enjoy what I do.
So not only is Barry Champlain a wild man, but I also heard that him and Linda, well, you know.
I thought you understood that has anybody talked about that? We're not supposed to be talking about that.
Barry and I sometimes go out. That's what it's about. I think I just did.
I think I have Barry where Barry needs to be. Like Barry is thriving in the environment that I've created. So I think having him out as the voice, as the person that the public hears, was the best choice for the talent that I had put together in order to reach the biggest market. And I think it's working. I think he's doing all right.
But Barry is just like all the time on all pistons firing, and it's something to see, something to listen to.
So you better be ready when you call. Trust me on that, okay?
Have you ever been on a roller coaster? That's what it's like working with Barry.
Loud mouth, but I love the guy.
You piss him off, he'll give it to you. He made me cry about 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm never gonna forget that.
That's Barry Champlain. That's what Barry can do.
He's controversial, but I keep him in his place.